Running your own business requires a different type of energy that you don't necessarily need to have when you work a 9 to 5, okay? And this is coming from a woman who worked a 9 to 5 that she absolutely hated for 6 years before becoming a full-time entrepreneur during COVID, okay? If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Jasmine, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about the importance of having self-discipline when you are taking that leap of faith. You're jumping in, you're giving it all you've got, and you're working towards building something for you, your business, your family. You guys, you have to have self-discipline because there is nobody pushing you to do anything, okay? You can either show up for yourself or not. You can either give it all you have or not. You can go and take 10 days off or not. Like, the choice is yours, but you won't eat. You won't eat. If you want to eat, you have to work. Whereas in a 9 to 5, you have PTO. You can slack if you want, right? Some jobs, I know the job I had, I didn't have to give it 100% every day. I didn't even have to give it 100% 50% of the time. Like, I could literally do the bare minimum and still know that I was getting my paycheck in 2 weeks, right? When you're a business owner, you don't have that luxury. There's no PTO, okay? You are in the trenches every day, giving it all you have, especially if you're a solopreneur, meaning you don't have a team, okay? You don't have an HR department yet. You don't have assistants yet. You don't have editors yet. Like, you're literally a one-woman show. There's no time off. You have to keep showing up. Now, sure, you might have some days that are heavier than others, right? You might have Monday as your heaviest workload day, whereas Wednesday might be a little more chill behind the scenes. I structured my week like that. Some days I have, heavy content days, and some days I'm doing more like back end stuff. But at the end of the day, I still have to show up. I still have to keep going. And this is why I stress the importance of letting go of this motivation and inspiration thing, because it doesn't exist. That drive that you have to be a successful entrepreneur, that's all self-discipline. You're either going to hunt and eat or you're not, and you're going to starve. That's the truth. That is the cold, hard truth, you guys. If I don't show up, my bills don't get paid. If I don't show up, business doesn't keep going. And so many people are missing that because they're coming from a 9 to 5 where if they call out, the business still operates, right? Like, I worked in a lab, so if I had called out, they were still going to be doing testing, right? Whether I was there or not, the show didn't stop. When you are an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, the show stops. If you don't show up, the show stops. It starts to decline. You have to show up. And you're going to have to show up even when you're not getting paid to. Let me tell you, there are times in entrepreneurship where you may have weeks where you don't even know how you're going to keep the lights on, where you barely made anything, close to nothing. When you get on those lives and you're promoting your products and no one buys, not one soul, and you still got to pay that rent at the end of the month. You still got to pay that light bill at the end of the month. You still have to pay that car note at the end of the month. Do you know how hard that is? To give all your energy into something and you're not getting the rewards and you still have to keep showing up? Baby girl, that's self-discipline at its highest form. You guys, you either going to show up or you're not. And honestly, let me tell you this. I don't think I'm doing anything that anyone else cannot do. I really believe that. There's nothing that anyone can tell me that will convince me otherwise. But what I will say is this. If you don't have self-discipline or the desire to develop it, you might as well just go ahead and cancel Christmas on this. And no one knows you better than you know yourself, okay? And I was not this disciplined when I first started my business, okay? Not even close. I would go days without creating content. I would go days, yes. But I also learned very quickly that when I took all them days off, not doing shit, just hanging out, doing whatever, my money won't right. My money did not start to get consistently right when I started to consistently show up, even when I didn't feel like it. Even if I was tired as hell, even if I wasn't getting paid, I still had to show up. And so many people aren't even willing to do that. You're not even willing to put the phone down and execute what you've been wanting to do for who knows how long now. You would rather scroll. You guys, when you're in the trenches, when you're really trying to build this business, when you're giving everything you have, you don't have time to scroll. How do you have time to scroll social media and run a business? That doesn't even make any sense, because that time that you're scrolling could be time that you're actually creating content to sell the products that you have sitting in your store. You're going to have to develop some self-discipline. You're going to have to push yourself. And it's not always easy. Most of the time it's not. It gets easier as you keep going because it becomes a routine, just something that you are used to doing, like you're used to brushing your teeth, right? It just becomes a part of who you are. But I'm telling you, you are not always going to feel disciplined, or you're not always going to feel motivated. You're not going to always want to show up. There's always something that you would rather do. You're going to have weeks or days where you might just rather lay in bed and watch Netflix and cuddle with bae. But you got to get your ass up and run this business, because this business is what's keeping the lights on. This business is what's keeping that rent paid. This business is what's going to give you the financial freedom in the future. Work hard now so you can play even harder later. You got to show up. All of these excuses and this procrastination, I'll do it later. Like, what are we talking about later? Why can't you do it now? Oh, I forgot. Because you got to watch 20 Instagram reels first. Because you have to tune in to 5 TikTok lives first. Oh, because you have to go. I forgot. You got to go to happy hour at 4. You got to get on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their baby daddies. Oh, okay. I get it now. That's why you can't show up. Okay. And that's why you should stay at your 9 to 5. If that's you, then just stay at your 9 to 5. And that's not even any shade. That's the truth. That is the cold, hard truth. Just stay at your 9 to 5. This may not be for you, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think entrepreneurship is for everybody. Everybody can't run a business. Okay, somebody got to work, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but I am telling you that if you're not willing to show up and keep pushing yourself and keep giving it all you've got, this is not for you. That crap that you see on social media where people are on trips and doing this and that's not real. And for the longest time, I thought it was real. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, what's wrong with me? Why is it that when I take breaks and go on vacations and I don't work on my business, I don't get paid? What's going on? It's not real. It is not real. Some of the biggest entrepreneurs like Alex Hormozi, Gary Vee, they will straight up tell you they work all the time and they love it. I love working all the time. And I know, listen, I never would have thought I would be that person years ago. I never would have thought I'd be that person who loves to work. Because so many people will be like, how do you do that every day and you don't feel drained? No, because I love what I do. I truly love what I do. I couldn't even imagine going a week doing nothing for my business. I couldn't even imagine that. Because I love to work. I have built something for myself that I love to show up for every day, even when it's hard. And don't get me wrong, of course I have days where I don't feel like it, but I still force myself to do something. I'm not going to go 24 hours and not do something for the business. That doesn't even make sense. I don't understand people who move like that. I really don't. You didn't do anything. You didn't post not a video, even if it's something you already had. You didn't respond to no comments. You didn't check no emails. You couldn't record a 5-minute video. You couldn't do nothing in 24 hours. You couldn't do not one thing. That's a little weird to me. That's a little weird. I'm not understanding. You in 24 hours you couldn't do not one thing for the business. Really? It's giving. I'm confused. But no, seriously, guys, I love what I do. And so that's how I'm able to show up every day and give it all I've got, because I love what I do. And I tell you guys all the time, stop choosing businesses and things that you think is going to make you a quick buck. A quick buck doesn't even exist. That doesn't even exist. You're trying to chase something that doesn't exist. There's no quick buck on social media. You got to work for it. You got to show up. You got to grind. You got to let go of distractions. You got to stop making excuses. You got to stop procrastinating. You got to get to work, because there's money out here. There is still money out here. Yes, it's harder to get, but it's still out here, you guys. People are still going on vacations. People are still eating at fast food. They're eating at restaurants. People are still spending money. There's money out here. So go get it and stop making excuses. Get some discipline and go freaking get it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I can't wait to read what you guys have to say. Also, make sure y'all join the Patreon. The link is down below in the description. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.